Ontopoetics encompasses the interaction between oneself and the world, as well as the reciprocal engagement of the world with the self. It is often referred to as a poetic order that evolves alongside the traditional causal order during the process of engaging with reality and actively participating in it. This philosophical concept involves interpreting signals, conveying messages, and creating impressions through the selection of compelling symbols that communicate both factual and fantastical truths. Deriving from Greek roots, ontos, meaning being, and poiesis, meaning creation, Ontopoetics delves into the complex tapestry of diverse experiences that extend beyond one's conventional boundaries. Notably, it explores how humans react to the harmonies present in their surroundings, emphasizing a responsiveness that transcends mere physical existence, focusing on a realm of meaning rather than causation. Freya Matthews highlights the significance of meaningful interactions between individuals and the world in unveiling the inherent psychoactive dimension of materiality, obscured by materialistic views. Within the realm of ontopoetics, emphasis is placed on the creative interconnections between entities, examining the poetic essence of creation evident in various forms such as the organization of insects, the structure of seeds, or the melodies of bird songs. Moreover, it addresses the concept of animals constructing hypothetical scenarios through behaviors like deception, mimicry, and play. This perspective posits that the world is not solely a domain of objects as depicted in physics, but rather a realm of profound significance. By fostering receptivity, playfulness, and openness across human nature divides, Ontopoetics promotes a more dynamic and responsive sense of self, allowing for the recognition of realities beyond the purview of conventional science. The philosophy contends that intelligence rooted in concepts may overlook the depth of reality, dismissing potential experiences that are frequently overlooked. Through the lens of ontopoetics, artistic expressions like paintings and poems are hailed as superior to standard language or perception, capturing reality in its fundamental essence and resonating with metaphysical insights. Ontopoetics advocates for an ontology characterized by multiplicity, asserting that truths and realities are not absolute, but contingent. It challenges prevailing global perspectives by emphasizing the alignment between the psyche, meanings, and the cosmos. By offering a nuanced reinterpretation of the Cartesian dichotomy between appearance and reality, Ontopoetics introduces a dialogic consciousness that merges poetics with ontology. Friedrich Nietzsche introduced the idea that the world and existence can be seen as aesthetic occurrences while exploring the concept of truth deconstruction. Ontopoetics plays a role in this artistic metaphysics, focusing on the aesthetic qualities of the world and the metaphysical aspects of art. It distinguishes between the work of God as the primary creator and the art that represents it as the secondary level. This perspective later influenced the philosophies of thinkers like Martin Heidegger and Gilles Deleuze. Applying Nietzschean ontopoetics to art involves a view of reality that includes elements concealed by a veil formed through the interactions of institutions and false needs. Art, in this context, reveals what the veil obscures. Artists known as concretists, who highlight ontopoetic themes in their work, show the influence of this concept, particularly when portraying reality itself. Marcel Duchamp's art, incorporating the notions of event and the use of analogy in his sculptures, also reflects the essence of ontopoetics. Duchamp's creations consider the onto-epistemic dynamics underlying human-made structures and events, encouraging viewers to make connections based on analogies, assumptions, or deductions. This approach views ontopoetics as a formative and imaginative process. Martin Heidegger believed that truth cannot simply be derived from the absence of beings. Aligning with Nietzsche's view, he saw the world as a phenomenon that shapes the ontopoetic understanding of history. He proposed that the poetic serves as an unfolding of historical existence rather than just a cultural accomplishment. In Heidegger's ontopoetic stance, art does not prioritize aesthetics, but instead focuses on the essence of being, where being occurs within the realm of beings. The Heideggerian concept of mit da, with there, signifies the philosopher's perspective on the existential anxiety of knowledge. In this context, ontopoetics, as the rhythmic aspect of reality and comprehension, opens up an emotional connection to the world, being on the edge of existence. Freya Matthews FAHA, an Australian environmental philosopher, is recognized for her significant contributions to ecological metaphysics and panpsychism. She has a keen interest in ecological civilization, particularly focusing on Indigenous, Australian and Chinese perspectives on sustainability and their relevance to the modern global society. Apart from her academic endeavors, Matthews actively maintains a private biodiversity reserve in northern Victoria, Australia. Recognized for her extensive research work, she has authored several books and published over 70 articles covering areas such as ecological philosophy, metaphysics, epistemology, ethics, and politics. A Fellow of the Australian Academy of the Humanities, Matthews' philosophical stance incorporates a holistic approach to environmental ethics, rooted in metaphysics, drawing inspiration from Baruch Spinoza's concept of an ethic of interconnectedness. She views the natural world's features as attributes of a shared underlying substance. Her advocacy for ontopoetics, described as meaningful exchanges between self and the environment, adds depth to her philosophical perspective. Moreover, she advocates for ecocentrism as a means to support and maintain conservation practices, even when they prove challenging and time-consuming. Some of her notable publications include The Ecological Self, For Love of Matter, A Contemporary Panpsychism, Re-inhabiting Reality, Towards a Recovery of Culture, and Without Animals, Life is Not Worth Living.